Come on. Oh, whoa, hey, come on. Come on. Come on, Kelly. Come on, we're men, we're not piñatas. Come on. Come on.
And boom. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. If you've never been here before, welcome. I go through movies, news, documentaries, and books. So today I'm going over one of my favorite books that I've read of most recent. It's called, what is it? Where is it at? Why We Sleep. So Why We Sleep. Okay, so first and foremost, it's an excellent read. It's easy to read. It's very, it gets into the science of it, but it also makes it very, very accessible to anybody who just wants to learn more about it. So I'm going to set this bad boy down real quick. Okay. So Why We Sleep, it's written by Matthew Walker, and the subtitle is The New Science of Sleep and Dreams. So what I loved about this book is that the baseline to entry of just applying these lessons and what they know about sleep as of late is very, very easy. It's very, very easy for someone to say, hey, I'm going to go to bed a little bit earlier tonight after reading this book and improve their life. So, and I think it's that easy. So I think if you get more sleep, I've been convinced at most of the data and the argument that he puts forth that if you just increase your sleep, things will get a little bit better as long as you get some sort of routine where you're not sleeping over 11 hours and you're sleeping regularly and you're getting up at the exact same time and all of that jazz. So let's get into it. So number one, mandatory, you got to get at least 8 hours of sleep. That's indisputable. They know for a fact you got to get at least 8. And they say in bed. The CDC says in bed 7 to 9 hours, but of sleep, 8 hours. Number two, this one sucks. You shouldn't use the snooze button. I'm guilty of this. I feel like everybody's guilty of this, but I guess it increases. It's very tough on your heart. I guess they have found where it's just like this abrupt wakefulness that it jolts you into and it wakes you out of the state or whatever state you happen to be in, either non-REM or REM. And what REM is rapid eye movement, and that's where a lot of the deep cognitive functions recuperate, and a lot of the, I guess you'd say, autophagy and removing of all of the necessary stuff out of your brain. So I guess you get a lot of buildup and stuff like that. So the act of sleep removes a lot of this dangerous, toxic stuff. So how I think about it is what happens if you make someone stay awake for 3 or 4 days. They get incredibly sick, and if you keep them up, they'll die. So therefore, sleep is probably pretty important. So if you take it to the extreme, people die, so you should probably take it into account on a day-to-day basis. So you pretty much, how I understand is you have to be pretty much as pure as the driven snow. So you have to avoid alcohol, caffeine, blue lights, and slowly as daylight decreases, you have to start turning off your artificial light inside your home as well. So I've been doing this. I see a big difference when I don't do it now than when I do it. So you get to learn about, there's 2 different mechanisms that make you tired and make you want to go to sleep. So he refers to it, it's called adenosine, and then he refers to it as sleep pressure, and then you get the circadian rhythm as well. So he talks about those mechanisms, how their underlying or the underpinnings make us get tired. Another point, a lot of it, the evidence comes into the stats. So with youngsters, they changed the school opening time. So if you think about it, you have these youngsters who get up about, if they're riding the bus, they get up at 5. If the school starts at 7, they have to pick up all these kids, and then they get it at 7. They're still asleep, and they're not getting adequate sleep the night before because they're staying up, and then they have to wake, and it's this pattern. So they increased the times. I can't remember exact time, but I want to say it's like 9. They increased it by 2 hours, and then all of the students' scores, the SAT scores, increased significantly. Another factor, outside factor, the drowsy driving of the schools. It decreased traffic accidents around the schools around that time. So that in and of itself was just crazy to see or read. So it's chock full of those things, like just stuff you don't honestly think about. And one thing that I found fascinating that I've been really cognizant of now is that when you're in a calorie deficit and you're getting under 8 hours of sleep or inadequate sleep and you're losing weight, your body will take 70% of lean tissue if it's of the weight you're losing. So let's say you lose a pound, 0.7 parts of that pound is lean tissue if you're getting inadequate sleep. So sleep is detrimental if you want to maintain lean body mass, which I was like, man, so you have to sleep a lot. So I've just been really, really cognizant of that. And when I don't get it, everybody doesn't get it, especially in modern day. So it's really hard to get it. But when I wake up in the middle of the night, or if I'm up late and I sleep in, or any sort of unorthodox way of how my routine has been, there's side effects, and I feel drowsy, feel tired, feel depleted. My work output is worse. So this was one of the best books I think I've read recently that's just easily accessible. You can do it the day of. It's a quick read. It's probably like 250, 300 pages or so. Yeah, it's 300 pages. So yeah, it's just I think it'll change your life, honestly. It's changed mine for the better, I think, because I've just been a lot more cognizant. I've been getting more rest, and I feel a lot better. So thank you so much. This has been Matthew Benjamin with the American Movement Podcast. We just went over, let me see if I can get it right side up. Yep, there it is, Why We Sleep. So I highly recommend it if you just want to check it out, or just make sure you're try and get 8 hours every night, because its long-term effects are pretty detrimental as well. That there's a lot of science behind it. So check it out if you want. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you just get some more good quality sleep, folks. So until next time, thank you so much. This podcast is brought to you by Onnit. There's actually I'm pretty sure there's a sleep regulator in there, but as he concludes, there's not that much. The placebo effect is good, but sleep stuff like melatonin and stuff like that is a little bit fishy, but we'll see. So until next time, thank you so much. Bye. Sleep tight, folks.
Round 1, fight.
Come on. Oh, whoa, hey, come on, Kelly. Come on, we're men, we're not piñatas. Come on.
To be honest, I'm not sure he really is a dog.
Please don't take a turn to negative town.
What are you talking about? Who's getting negative?
God damn it, Billy's right.
Don't be negative.
It's unbelievable.
You're unbelievable. Judas.
Round 1, fight.
Come on. Oh, whoa, hey, come on. Come on, Kelly. Come on, we're men, we're not piñatas.